Hi everyone, this is Mitch and welcome to this week's Spotlight Game. This week's Spotlight Game features the University of Illinois fighting Illini traveling to St. Louis to take on the Missouri Tigers. This is a game when I first saw the schedule that I was looking very forward to, as this game features two of last year's best teams and two teams that entered this season ranked. Both teams are quite similar in the regard that they both have highly touted quarterbacks who know how to get the job done. Chase Daniel of Missouri is on top of everybody's Heisman list, and deservedly so. Daniel led the Tigers to an outstanding record last season in both a New Year's Day bowl game. Juice Williams for Illinois doesn't quite get the recognition of Daniel, but he is outstanding in his own right. He's just the type of quarterback that you just can't game plan against. He destroys defensive coordinators' game plans, and he proved that in Columbus last year when upsetting the number one ranked Ohio State Buckeyes after he converted play after play just when the Illini needed it most. Both these quarterbacks are blessed with outstanding targets. Jeremy Maclin of Missouri is one of the finest wide receivers to come along in quite some time. I expect Maclin to have not only a great season this year, but many great seasons to come, however, to whatever level he decides to take his career. I think Aurelius Ben has just about the same options as well, and he has just so much untapped potential that he can really end up being one of the greatest wide receivers as well. While these are very high expectations for these two young men, I feel that both have the talent, skills to get the job done. Both defenses suffered key losses last year. Most people feel that Missouri's losses are a little less than Illinois'. I'm not quite sure I agree with them. Missouri's losses came in the front of their defensive line at the defensive tackle spot, namely Lorenzo Williams. Defensive tackle is a key spot that really controlling that line of scrimmage is such an important role in just making your whole defense function properly. For Illinois, the loss came in the form of linebacker Jay Lehman. Jay Lehman may not have been the most athletic player on the field when he played, but he's just one of those guys that had a real nose for the football and really just lifted up everybody around him and made the whole defense just that much better. Guys like that, you just really can't. They might not measure up as far as the 40 times and the all those statistical categories, but when at the end of the day, those are the guys that really are the heart and soul and the leaders of your team. The guys that the other players respect, where effort is just about everything. So in conclusion, what we want to do is just sum up what we've talked about here, and that's basically that we have two teams filled with outstanding players. Two teams that do have a few question marks on defense. We didn't really get into the running back marks, but I think that both these teams are at the level, and they're at that Division One level where recruiting is a non-issue to these guys, and they can just bring in new talent one after another. I'm not saying there's another Rashard Mendenhall for Illinois coming in off the bench, but you just never know with Ron Zook. What you do know with Ron Zook is that the cupboard is never bare when it comes to talent. So in conclusion, I'm going to say that Illinois and 9 points that they're getting with the odds makers are giving them here is just a little too good to pass up. While the trends don't actually favor Illinois, the one trend does, and that is that the Big 12 Conference, when they play teams that are ranked during the regular season, they just don't come up on the right end of the scoreboard. So I'm going to go with the University of Illinois plus the 9 points. I think that they have a shot to outright win this game as well. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. If Missouri wins, I don't think anyone's surprised either. But I just feel the 9 points are a great value. So this is Mitch. Thank you for joining me. Please come back next time when we talk about our next Spotlight game.